Come, hold my hand. Let's go on an adventure.
She does this. Not as exciting.
Hi, welcome to this adventure of Momatic Adventures. I'm your host, Effie McMorris, and we've got Todd Stoner here and Katrina-Aganon. And they are two parents we've met on our travels, and we're going to chat today about what it's like being a parent and traveling with your kids. Question number 1 is, do you have siblings? And then, do you have any kids? Whoever wants to go first. Do you have siblings?
Do you have siblings?
And then also, do you have kids? So the first question is a 2-part question.
I have siblings. I have
You
a
have
sister.
siblings. You have one sister.
One sister.
Got
and,
it.
And we one
Together.
together.
Nice. Katrina, sibling.
I do. I have a half brother and a half sister, but I did not grow up with them. But now in my adulthood, I've started to have like a relationship with them. They live one in Arizona, and then the other lives in California. My sister has a, I think, no, 3. Actually, I'm
Cool. We'll cut that out so that you don't look like an asshole for not knowing your siblings, nieces. Nice.
And my
They're
sister,
6.
my sister had, my sister
Your
has
sister's
a
too.
4-year-old. No. Oh,
So your one kid has 3 cousins, correct? 4 cousins. 3 cousins.
3.
2 on your side, 1 on your side.
Yeah.
Fun.
first cousin.
First cousin.
Yeah, who cares about second and third cousins? They're not real. It's all made up anyway. It's all made up and the points don't matter. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. I might get in trouble for using someone else's line.
Cousin.
Actually,
Your
yeah.
cousin.
So I'm closer to, I have a first cousin. They live in Arizona. They're the ones we visited. They're moving out here to the East Coast now, but they do have a son. And because my mom is like one of 10, a lot of my cousins are all older. And I'm like one of the youngest. So all of them have kids of their own, but they are
Closer to your age.
Their kids are closer to my age.
Okay.
Or like younger. I'm like in the weird
Age
age.
bracket.
Yeah. Yeah. So their son, we're close with that family, and their son is just turning 18.
So they are out in Arizona.
Yes.
Have you 3 been to Arizona yet?
That was the first trip?
Yeah, that was their
Yeah.
first
Yeah.
trip
Bennett.
with Bennett.
So plane to Arizona from here, which is New Jersey.
Yes.
Yes.
Plane to Arizona. First plane trip with Bennett? First trip out of state with them? Or we done driving trip?
First out of state.
And flight.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. This is for Katrina.
Okay.
How nervous were you before that first flight?
I was, but I think I just have a lot of general anxiety about it.
So you're going to chalk it up to just normal everyday anxiety and not extra anxious because you're getting on a plane with your first.
I think it was height anxiety, definitely, for sure. But I think my anxiety is really more on like germ. I think overall that's like my general anxiety.
And with
And
a
then
plane.
and with a, so in order to like calm down those anxieties, I think I just overpower like all the wipes you can think of.
Nice.
The start of us no longer, we were like, we're going to mask. We had 9 bucks. We even were like,
Yeah,
we're going to mask the place.
Yeah. Masking on a plane, I feel like should just be the etiquette.
Oh, and I was traveling a lot.
Yeah.
And I was always masked. Train, plane.
Well, because you travel for work
Yeah.
and then you work from home.
I work.
And we get on the plane. We're like with your mom. And then we're like, oh,
Oh,
we didn't work.
we did.
Masks.
And then we're like,
Like,
whatever. It was just too, we're so
And then at that point, you have so much on your plate that you can't,
Yeah.
first time parents in 2020, like, are a different breed. I truly believe that. I'm so lucky we waited a few years because I couldn't have done it in 2020.
Yeah.
I don't think I could have. So plane ride itself, you have him on your lap,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So
It's
free. You don't have to pay for him, I'm hoping.
Yep. Exactly.
What was that like? Take off easy? Was he fussy? And how old was
Our
he?
first, he was
Where
February.
he's in Phoenix.
The end of January.
And so it's the end of January. So he was months.
First?
Yeah.
Okay.
Phoenix. The Phoenix. We did Seattle. Your trip, work trip.
That was February.
And then we did.
Yeah.
So in 3 months, essentially,
Yeah.
you go from going nowhere to going to Phoenix, Arizona, Seattle, and then Puerto Rico. Okay. So first plane ride. The first plane ride.
Yes.
That feels like, for me, we haven't been on a plane yet. And for as much traveling as we do, I'm a little petrified of the plane.
Yes. So for my anxieties for the plane also was trying to keep him entertained and
calm.
At 9 months, actually, that was the easiest plane.
Okay.
Because he was kind of mobile, but not
mobile enough.
Much mobile. Right. So we were able to just easily kind of like bounce him. Yeah. Fine. He usually was a good napper. Like he usually naps at that point, like 3 naps a day. And we timed it so that it would be like at his nap time. But
best laid plans.
Did not nap at all. It was like 30 minutes out of like a 5-hour flight.
He woke up and there was like 9 babies crying. He wakes up and is like, what's
going on here?
What's going on? He was just happy, and our backs were going to be broken because we were just
bouncing,
happy bouncing the whole time. Never cried, but
through a 5-hour flight, so no crying, that turbulent, none of that in the ear stuff, nothing like that.
We timed out that well.
Yeah, we timed that out well because we fed him a bottle on takeoff and on
descent. That's descent is down, and then.
Yeah, I wasn't breastfeeding at that point, so we just had bottles. Yeah. And that worked out fine, but I was still pumping, so on top of everything.
Pump on a plane? In the bathroom?
On that flight, I didn't pump on that flight because I just timed it, so we did right before takeoff. I did it right at the gate.
Yeah.
Right before takeoff. And then that was able to last me until we got there. But I don't know, I think my anxieties in general also, was changing his diaper.
Oh, yeah? How was
that? That time.
That actually is the only time he.
Yeah.
Because where do you do it?
We did it. We had it on our laps.
Okay.
On the seat, but we in the Katrina would stand with the door open with our stuff. I held him.
Yeah. There is a changing station?
Yeah.
It's like
in the back of the plane, it was a specific bathroom.
Yeah.
Not all the bathrooms have the table.
Right.
There's only specific ones.
But it's the change of scenery for him where all of a sudden it's different.
Where are we? You're laying me down. Yeah. I'm getting naked. What are you doing?
Holding him.
Yeah. Change it.
A race car. You just
we're doing it as fast as we can, and we're just hoping that you don't pee yourself.
Yeah.
Or us.
Tap on me.
Yeah.
And then
was there a plane poop?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh!
We had to do it as quick as possible, but I think with one person it's definitely doable. But it's much easier if you had 2 people because it was okay, here's diaper, here's the wipes. Oh, boom.
I feel that way with every change on land. In a bathroom, in our home, it doesn't matter where we are. I'm tag team with me. Let's do this together.
Yeah, I was going to say too, and he's tall. And the bathroom changing is short for him, so he could not really stretch. But his head was
little.
Yeah. And that's all they want to do is stretch their head out when you have them on their back. Rightfully so, I think.
That was the fact that you were convinced we were going to do the change. On the laps?
Not when I would.
Yeah, but it was a poop, so it was.
We gotta,
His hands are touching.
Well, truly, that has been a thing that I've learned through parenting is truly every best laid plan. It's not it doesn't matter.
No.
That is exactly what Poppy would do. She would be oh, you're gonna change me on your lap, but only if I poop, you're gonna change me something. I'm gonna poop. Yeah. So you've mentioned it. Every time someone hands her something and then they're oh, don't put it in your mouth. I'm don't say the word mouth to her, please.
Oh, she's gonna.
What are you? Yeah, you know that. You know what I'm talking about.
No mouth meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Todd, you just said you were proud of Katrina in that moment. Another moment that you can think of distinctly in travels where you looked at her and thought, like, fuck, she is super mom level.
It's really
all of them, just all of them, just the whole flight.
Puerto Rico. So
okay, tell me Puerto Rico.
I got permission to have them join me for work.
Okay,
in Puerto Rico, which is great. A resort for meeting and
hey, work trip. Thank you.
Right. Yeah. So I have my work trip. I'm kind of connected theirs to it. We get there and it was just a great. There at the beach.
I mean, a resort, right? You're saying so, like that. So how can it not be?
Room service, pop it over and say hi, whatever. The last of it, 6 p.m. flight, but we're like, you know what? It's gonna rain, and we really more time at home for free. I was able to move our flights to.
Well, I know we didn't want to arrive. We would have arrived here by like midnight or morning.
Oh yeah, so him at midnight is like even worse.
And then we would have had to drive like another hour to get back home from the airport. So it was going to be like a late flight.
So so moving that forward,
great, no big deal. We a little bit of a rush to the airport, but it always is.
Yeah.
Airport. We get on the flight. We have a whole system in place.
At that point, we had this is the third trip in 3 months.
She wipes down the whole seat. She sits. She takes him. Do the things underneath. She takes big back. We set up this whole tray system, like his toy. He is perfect. He is now bottle and mouth runway. We're ready to take off. He's going to fall asleep.
You guys are just like, we're amazing. We're on a high. Yeah. Did you see that? I bet everyone's like, whoa, we're in a cool there and
clean.
What?
And sits for 2 hours. No one has a clue what's going on. It was an hour and 45 minutes. And then all of a sudden they say we have to go back because there's a maintenance. We sit there for, then finally you can get off and we're going to call you. Don't go far. They stay on the plane. One out of the water. And we are one formula for him.
Yeah. I mean, you're so accounted for. You have such a
well, remember this?
Yeah. It was so fun.
We get back 45 minutes worth. They're telling us we're ready to board. And then finally they just say, they put us back on the settle. We do the whole thing. Half of the boarding just stops. We all get alerts on our phone. It has been canceled.
While you're about to board for the time, or you guys had boarded.
We did pre-boarding with the
Yeah.
So now
actually before that, they said that to get on the flight.
Oh, a difference.
It was going to go to instead. It was our flight so that flight was supposed to come to like a direct flight to New Jersey. They were like, sorry.
Instead, it's going to go to DC, and then maybe you have to transfer or get a car and drive because
figure it out yourself.
Yeah. So from DC, we're looking at 3 hours maybe in the car, but it's 3 hours out of 6 o'clock with a bait. Get out of here.
Now we're stuck with an option. Now then it changes. And they say, don't worry, we're gonna have a hotel for everyone. And, but we are there's 3 other flights. We are going to be last in line to get the hotel vouchers, which is ours. Why don't we try get standby?
Yeah, anything.
For the other flights. So we want to get home. We run to the original flight.
Yeah, the flight you were going to take.
Get on standby, which required me to go out of security, get our luggage, go back through security, then back and get there just in time. We to stand by.
They just did it
being sold. Yeah. We went in. We then go back and we're trying to get a hotel.
Okay.
Not a
now
everywhere's booked. Every single hotel in San Francisco is booked. There's a handful of other passengers also. They're like so much more to the story, but it's just like you're on your own. If you can get a hotel, it'll get reambused.
That's the airlines we got nothing. You're on your own. Sleep in there.
Call dozens of hotels and travel agency for work. We're everywhere. Nothing is available. One hotel away that was $1,000. That
you pay for, and then they'll quote unquote reimburse you by
$200 though.
Oh,
so we are.
Right.
We are so it was just. So we were like, all right, we're going to sit in the airport.
Yeah. What else we
At
do?
that
But
point, well, no,
We tried two other kinds.
two other flights. So the first flight we tried was a 6 p.m. one, which was the one that we're supposed to be on.
We tried a 1 a.m.
And then there was another 1 a.m. flight that we tried on.
In and out of security again with the whole thing.
Do the whole shebang again.
Okay, quick question. Do you, luggage wise, like I know we've looked at flights and we're like, if we bring the stroller, if we bring the car seat, like what do you have?
We had,
because you've got your pump.
Yes. Well, we had one carry-on luggage. We had
2 checked bags.
Then we had 2 checked bags.
A crib.
On a stroller.
Carry-on stroller.
The crib we didn't have to worry about because the hotel had a crib.
But I'm assuming the airport doesn't have a crib.
Oh,
no.
Wait.
No.
So we missed this. Doesn't work. We are then like, what the hell do we do? We found one of those breastfeeding pods.
Oh, yeah.
Became our apartment.
The night.
So that's where she was a superhero.
She got it.
And he was just the greatest baby in the world. Never through. I had to leave to go find so a crazy cab ride to Walmart.
Oh, so you leave the airport proper.
Yeah, so me and Bennett were in the pod.
Alone.
Just
10:30 at night.
10:30. No, it was way past that because the flight was at 1 a.m.
The next flight is at 1 a.m.
We did that. Came back. Him. Try the 1 a.m. to the pod.
So the 1 a.m. you don't get either.
The 1 a.m. 3 people on from standby, and we were literally.
You gotta bounce the baby around to be like, look at the baby, look at the baby, please let me go.
We're like I'm trying for the safety. It didn't work. It just went right on.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest though, like pre-kid, I the same would have been like, yeah, I'm tired too, but I gotta go. Yeah.
So then in that, luckily it was still open. He had a formula he's never had before to get through.
That is also just so nerve-wracking. Yeah. The formula you've never had before. Is he going to have a stomach thing? Yeah, like, you're in a different country. Like, right? Where's Puerto Rico?
I think that's
it's a different country, right? Yeah. It's got to be. It's a different world.
Well, it's,
I think that was the mistake that we did, was that we didn't calculate, I guess, like enough formula for the entire. Yeah, because also, that's the other thing. I know when we travel, we've got like we had like bricks of formula. Yeah. We'd have like a cooler filled of breast milk and then formula in like little breast milk bags, siphoned off to be like, okay, this gets mixed with that bottle. This gets mixed. So in a plane, that sounds stressful. So you got a stroller.
On the feet. Yes.
Car seat?
Yes, we brought a car seat too. So we brought the car seat.
Does the car seat connect to the stroller?
Yeah.
Makes it a little easier.
That was convenient.
Maybe.
That's maybe. Right. Car seat, I forgot.
Yeah, you had the car seat in the.
We're in like, I'm going to say it's 5, 8 feet, 10 is what those things are.
Yeah.
It's hot. It's
in the little like nursing pod.
Like, outside, it's like when you walk into the airport.
It's both like such a nice thing, but equally such a, like, I don't want to sit in a hot, uncirculated air tin
next to the
bathroom. Feed my child.
That was another thing too, because it was right next to the bathroom. So every here, like the flushes,
and
that was the thing that was
there, dryers.
He was waking up from those noises, so I would like just hold him, and he just napped on me, basically. And him, like, I slept for maybe like an hour. Todd.
Yeah.
Really
so at this point, he's almost a year old. He's like 11 months.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a mark. It was 11 months.
So next goals for getting out there. What are your plans for traveling in the future?
Well, we hope for Europe.
Yeah, I think Europe would be next. Like, because we already are like, okay,
the worst case scenario happens.
We already spent a night at the airport. We already know what that is like.
23 hours.
Wow.
And he made it through. So, and we survived, even though we were so tired the day after.
Yeah. You had such a good week. And then how do you recover from that? Like, truly.
We're like, okay, well, he can do it national flight at this point. He's like,
yeah, you can do it. I also think, and maybe it's because I'm a planner like that, where I do okay, I know that she'll sleep for 2 hours here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the big layover so that we get 3 hours so she can hopefully, you know, like whatever the timing that works out, we try our best. And I would hope that with an international flight, you're likely not going straight.
Yeah, usually.
You'd have to like take a break. Yeah. So where are you thinking in Europe?
Italy or Spain. Well, we were convinced we were going to do Copenhagen for a while, but now I'm not sure because it might be November.
Yeah. And then it'll be less. But do you guys have any travel coming up without your child? Alone travel? Alone adult together? Alone?
I don't know. That's something we haven't really talked about because I think I haven't spent
let's get the exclusive. Like, what is happening?
I haven't even spent like a night without.
What?
I've offered.
Yeah.
But it's also so hard. I know last night we were at an event and so we had a babysitter and everyone's like, are you having so much fun? And it's, yeah, of course I am. But equally, I'm like, I want to go lay down with my baby. I could just hug her and hold her and I miss her and where is she? But also I don't want to touch her. I want to get drunk. Don't come near me. You know, like parenthood is just one big contradictory feeling.
I think the closest we've gotten to it so far was a few weekends ago. We had our friends come and we had like a double date night a little bit in Taka. It wasn't an overnight thing, but it was like the first time that I actually was drinking. And I had already like finished breastfeeding and everything. So I felt like it was like a nice celebration. Yeah. And it was my first drink in like almost 2 years before that.
Crying baby.
But that was like, after that date night we were like, oh my God, this is so nice. Like we should do this more.
I think your first night away.
Oh yeah. You need like 2 nights but also you need you guys get a hotel room.
Right here.
Like, the town over. And like mom's just here. So like if you need to, but there's no responsibility. I mean, that was what it was like this past weekend, having an event in a hotel. We're able to like hang out with Poppy, but then also like leave. And, okay, 2 more questions and then I'm going to let you guys relax. Oh, someone's got dragonflies on their pajamas. Very cool. What has been the most rewarding thing about traveling with your family of 3?
Yes.
The Seattle trip was really special because it was the first time we traveled. I took off
from work.
So I had 3 extra weeks of family being able to use. Within that 3 weeks, 1 week was our trip to Seattle. We only had to be there for 3 nights for her work for a whole week.
Awesome. And you used to live in Seattle prior to becoming parent.
Yeah. And this way, in this trip, I mean, like our roles were reversed. So this was a work trip for me. And then he had taken.
But the hotel room, we paid to a suite. So it had like a bedroom, but it also just had a big open
like area. Living room area type thing.
We friends with cleaning service and got a whole mess of bed sheets and covered
the floor so he could just like run around.
He had just started to like speed crawl.
Okay.
He'd been army crawling, but he now was able to like start.
get some momentum.
And so for me, it was like, I'm with him for hours every day here, but here I'm always like, how can I get him busy so I can do chores, so I can get other things done? So you could
accomplish something. This was just time to play.
It was literally all day when you weren't there
when I was at work.
It was just, I didn't have to think of anything but him.
Yeah.
And it was the first time.
You guys went on adventures.
Yeah, we went on, it was, of course, not like Seattle drizzle. It was pouring.
I mean, what is his like puddle game? Is he like a puddle player?
Not yet.
Yeah, we got to get you playing in them puddles.
I think you're going to love puddle.
We're trying to get Poppy ringworm by the time she's 2. We're working on it. Every time I see a puddle, I'm like, let's go jump in it. Come on. You're going to love it.
That was really special for me.
Yeah. And you thought friends family, people from,
We, for the people who wanted to out there because
we didn't have.
It's also so hard. It's so hard. You know, with us traveling, and that will segue into the next question. With us traveling, we have so many people we want to see in so many places. But, you know, you've got 3 weeks and we go to bed at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, we have to be home and someone's got to be getting ready for bed. And then you want to come sit on the couch and have conversations via text because neither of us can make noise.
Yep.
Right.
Because God forbid you wake her up. But, you know, so you have all these people you want to see, but you also want to experience these moments with your family. You know, you have this new core that you're like, I want to explore. I know when we traveled to DC, which is a big part of where our love story started, I was so eager to be like, Poppy, look at this. Come with me here. Come look at this. And really guiding the like exploration because I'm like, this is for me. We're doing this for me. So I understand why you kept some people in the dark. And I'm sure they understand as well.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to tell them right now. We're calling them. This is actually one of those prank shows and we're going to call them and you have to have an uncomfortable conversation.
We have brought in Bernie, our dog.
Yeah.
Focus on relationship to so many of our friends.
It's doggy. Well, that essentially is a little bit how we met, which does sort of bring us into our next and last question, which is what has it been like being friends with us, knowing that we're not always here? So you can tell they're from Jersey. They've got a nice little noise coming out. But yeah, I mean, what is that like having, you know, we're here for days and.
Well, heartbroken, to be honest. It was truly heartbreaking.
We were so sad because I think being parents and being new parents, when you find your community and you find someone you relate to, especially with, you know, having your first kid and you have a dog and, you know, you're living and trying to navigate everything together. It's nice having that community. So when you guys left, we were so sad.
And we have the best part of the bargain because you all are 3 months ahead, 2 months?
Yeah. So she's February and he's April. Yes. So it's just a few months, few weeks.
But we would get like a preview of like what's coming up.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what'd you guys do? So you guys started doing something. What was it like?
And I know just to check. Even if we wouldn't see each other for
because we just knowing that we were that close.
Over there, they're also struggling the same that we're struggling with. Knowing that you're right there was like a comfort. But
so a little info of how the three of us know each other, and I guess four. We, Ryan, Poppy, and I spent our first year living in New Jersey at Ryan's parents' house, so my in-laws' house, which is catty corner to Todd and Katrina's house. We have been able to share friendship through screaming from porch to porch, midnight diapers. Hey, do you have a diaper? We haven't bought wipes. We always have an extra high chair here when we come for dinner.
Yeah.
But okay, so heartbroken. So you're heartbroken.
We're heartbroken.
So you're over it now.
But now we just know we'll see you guys again. Like you guys do your adventures and then you come back and
you all gave us more courage. Like seeing how you all do like feeding Poppy was honestly, I know we would.
Yeah. But like seeing someone else do it and not kill their kid, you're like,
it's just.
Oh, I could probably do that then.
Oh, yeah. And just Poppy, the way Poppy explores, seeing a few months ahead of us, just in that truly is.
And I agree with that. I think beyond even just feeding and everything, like seeing you guys do your adventures and seeing how much Poppy has grown and seeing her talk via signs is so cool. And I'm like, oh my God, we have to do that too. Let's do that because like you really see the progress.
So, it's so rewarding to be able to see her. But that is parenting in every aspect to be like, I used to change your diapers because you literally couldn't wipe your own butt. And now you're like going to college or whatever. Yeah. I mean, my mom says to me all the time, she's like, how are you doing? Like, I just we just did this. And like, how are you now a mom? So I appreciate you saying that. That makes me feel really happy.
And also with how much you guys go and let Poppy like explore and be adventurous. Like, I feel like I'm a little bit hesitant, I think, as a parent with that, but
range.
But seeing you guys do that does give me a little bit of courage too.
When we were over there at your in-laws' house, the first time, that was big for us.
You're walking across the street, that's
walking
huge.
across the street.
Yeah,
The two of them parallel playing.
And
just him.
And seeing
that is like a sex
his mouth
term.
on.
So like, let's not use parallel play as like the. I really am
learning new things. But that was, we.
I truly believe that like when we met, we really created a bond. And one of my favorite parts about our travels is that I never have to feel like I'm not going to see my friends again, because like we'll be here again soon. It's kind of our thing. But equally, when we're out places, it's super fun to have people come see us. Like, when we were in New Orleans, having people come visit, and in Chicago and different things like that. So my goal for our friendship is to meet you in Denmark in June next year.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
All right.
You guys will have done your international trip. We'll have practiced a little flying by then. And then that's what we'll do.
We're down.
We're very down. We really want to be national.
Yeah. We want that for you guys too. I thank you both so much for chatting with me.
Thank you. And wait, before we end, we have something for you real quick.
Oh, wow. I did have another fun game to play when you get back. Katrina's walked away. She's gone.
Yeah.
It's just me and Todd now, and I'm uncomfortable. I'm getting a book. I'm going to audio.
Guys, for all of your
Oh my gosh. I have a camera set up over here. For outtake. But this is actually it's got a little, I don't want to cry. Okay, so I'm not going to cry here, but this is oh my God, this is
like a journal for all
so cool.
Scrapbook.
It's better than a scrapbook because a scrapbook is usually like plain and then I have to come up with things. This is actually telling me like highlights of friends and conversations. This is so good. Where did you get this? Did you type in gifts for Effie on the internet?
Clearly, yeah.
This is so good. Thank you guys so much. I'm not crying. You're crying. So what I've been doing to try and make this different is giving guests the opportunity to ask us me anything. So if you guys have a question that you want to ask, now's your chance. After this, you're not allowed.
What were you scared of before parenting, and now you feel like, oh, I shouldn't have been scared at all, because like now, okay, like things are.
Yeah, that is a good question. You spend so much time in the moment being scared of what you're scared of right now that it's hard to think back of what I was scared of. Scared. I'm not even lying. Like, I, as an individual, not super coordinated, not great at stairs on my own, carrying like a thing.
I'm like every single time I go down the stairs.
I genuinely, I told my doctors, I was like, I can't use stairs. Like, I have to hand her off because I'm terrified. That has become a lot. Now I'm like throwing a 30-pound kid over my shoulder and being like, we're going over the stairs. Like,
now she's walking. She can just walk the stairs on her own.
She can walk up the stairs on her own. It's down the stairs we have a lot of trouble with.
Stairs
in general. And she falls. She's been doing it for 3 months, but she still does fall, which is so fun.
Genuinely, I don't think ever. Sometimes I get so scared that I'm just miss.
Yeah.
all the time. He hits my head all the and I know I
missed something like, oh, I didn't see him and he bopped his head, or or he walked for the first time. Oh,
and I didn't know the
picked up like a penny on the floor.
Yeah, I've seen like those videos online where it's like I turned around for 2 seconds and then there's flour everywhere or whatever.
Yeah,
and I've had those moments happen where she's fallen and hit her head and has like a eye, and I'm like, I'm the worst parent. I'm the worst parent. I've done it. That's it. They're taking her away, but they haven't yet. I guess we keep trying.
Keep going.
You're Chan, Todd.
Well,
you don't have
parenting.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be. If you want to ask me on a date, like you're welcome to ask me out. Your wife is right here, but like
one time you all came over here, one of our first.
I know it.
What you guys thought of?
That was the opposite. That was the moment I said. So a little backstory for anybody who wants to know. There's a show called, is it Naked and Afraid? Not the show.
It's a British HBO show, a dating show.
A dating show where they show people from naked from the bottom up.
Bottom up.
So you see their like genitals essentially first, and then their chest, and then their face, and you judge them based on their here prior to knowing anything about them. And yeah, so our first like no kids hangout, we watched this dating show together, and so we're all looking at some penises.
They had the rape.
Yes,
the babies were asleep.
Right after our friend was here, who introduced us to the show.
We loved it. And when we walked home that night, I said, yeah, they're our friends. They're forever people. Because you additionally shared with us a very intimate video of yourself that I don't know if I can say intimate post having seen someone's genitals right now.
That's true.
And it wasn't intimate in that way, but you did share with us a video of the two of you dancing a beautiful salsa.
It's a video you only show your grandmother.
Yeah. Exactly. The only person who will love you in that moment is your grandma and maybe your parents, but your parents are still a little embarrassed. Yeah. And we loved you. We saw it. We thought like, oh, they're our friends.
They're like, oh my God, it's so corny.
Yeah. But it's so cute. So cute. And now anytime we see anyone else doing salsa, we're like, Todd and Katrina are so much better on the daily.
Yeah.
Well, get back to it tonight. One day. Put Bennett to sleep. Get out your dancing shoes. Spin around on the floor.
Yeah.
No, you don't. All right. We're going to say thanks so much. Happy adventuring and hang out.
Thanks for having us, Effie.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming to your house. For those of you who love Momatic Adventures and just can't get enough, please head over to our Patreon. If you contribute, you can join in and be a part of our nomadic parenting community, as well as get some behind the scene content. And if you don't want any of that extra stuff, you can actually just click the support the show link in the info of this episode, and you can support the show for as little as $3. Any little bit helps us keep going. I do this entire podcast for the most part on my own. I am the editor. I am the scheduler. I am the planner, the interviewer, the marketing manager, and the all-around hat wearer. And truly, any support helps. And if you support us this week, next week, we will give you a shout out, a thank you directly to you on the episode, just, saying thanks so much for supporting us. And if you're like, hey, I would love to support, but I don't really have the money, or I don't want to give my money to you guys, that's totally cool too. There are so many other ways to support. You can head to Instagram, Threads, YouTube, all the social medias. We're under Momatic Adventure Pod. If you have an idea for the show, if you think you know somebody who would be a great guest, or if you just have a question or want to talk to me, you can send me a text. The info for that is also in the info of this episode. So there's links there for you to support the show, to text us, to follow our socials, blah, 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 blah. Come, hold my hand. Let's go on an adventure.